Michael Moore with a powerful point against President Obama and his lack of action on gun control. Let's watch.
When he brought his own children into it, when he said, you know, my two daughters go to the movies, and what if it were them? Well, I guess if President Obama is watching right now, and I say this with all due respect, what if it were them? What if it were them last Thursday night? Would you stand at the microphone the next day and say, I feel your pain, and, you know, the existing gun laws, that's what he said, the existing laws are enough. Is that really what you'd say, Mr. President? I don't think so.
Look, it'd be hard to say that if it was your family members that got killed. I think Michael Moore makes a powerful point. So what is President Obama going to say about that? So far, he's emphasized that he's just going to enforce existing laws, as Moore is pointing out there. Nothing new, no new gun control whatsoever. But now President Obama was speaking to the Urban League, and he had an opportunity to go back on that issue a little bit. Now, he's also buoyed by the fact that there are some new polling results buttressing the old polling results that said a great majority of Americans are actually in favor of reasonable gun control. But this one is done by Frank Luntz. He's a Republican pollster, and it's Mayors Against Illegal Guns, Mayor Bloomberg, etc., that commissioned it. But look at this. They asked gun owners, overwhelming support for reasonable gun control. 82% of 945 self-identified gun owners said they support requiring background checks. That's huge, 82%. 74% of NRA members said the same thing. 74% of NRA members believe concealed carry permits should only be granted to applicants who have completed gun safety training. 68% of NRA members believe concealed carry permits should only be granted to applicants who do not have prior arrests for domestic violence. All reasonable gun legislation, all by NRA members. 75% of NRA members believe concealed carry permits should be granted only to those applicants who have not committed any violent misdemeanors. Reasonable gun control and people who own guns, and even specifically NRA members, actually agree with it. So it appears that the president has seen these new poll numbers. All of a sudden, he's talking a little tougher on that issue, but also notice how he ends this. Watch.
Other steps to reduce violence have been met with opposition in Congress. This has been true for some time, particularly when it touches on the issue of guns. And I, like most Americans, believe that the Second Amendment guarantees an individual the right to bear arms. But I also believe that a lot of gun owners would agree that AK-47s belong in the hands of soldiers, not in the hands of criminals. That they belong on the battlefield of war, not on the streets of our cities. So I'm going to continue to work with members of both parties, and with religious groups, and with civic organizations, to arrive at a consensus around violence reduction.
So now that he's seen the new poll numbers, all of a sudden, a really good line about AK-47s belong with soldiers, not with criminals, and not in our streets. So a little tougher on gun control. But is he going to do anything about it? Of course not. No specific proposals on legislation, God forbid. He says he's going to work with members of both parties. Well, that means that you're not going to do anything, because the Republicans absolutely insist that there will be no additional gun control under any circumstances. And work with civic organizations. Really? What are they going to do about it? Religious organizations? Really? Do they pass legislation? In other words, I just gave you a great little line about AK-47s. But don't get me wrong. I know that it's polling well, and I hope that this helps me a little bit. And it's a line I wasn't willing to deliver until I saw the poll results. But nonetheless, it doesn't mean that I've got enough courage to actually do something about it. So in the end, Michael Moore is right. I think that if it affected President Obama personally, he would care a lot more about it. And in fact, the one thing that it does affect him personally is the politics of this and whether he's going to get reelected or not. That's why he throws in that line that he now realizes polls well.